Hi everyone. In today's video, we are going to start a wonderful topic in math, which is fraction. In this series, we are going to start fraction from the scratch. So get ready and enjoy the ride. Basically, fraction is everywhere. Starting from sharing money, sharing food, sharing clothes. By the end of the video, you are going to understand fraction very well and also solve fractional problems confidently. In this episode, we are going to cover what fraction really is, types of the fraction, simplification of fraction, and equivalent fractions. Let me ask you, what is a fraction? Okay, for you to know what a fraction is, a fraction simply means part of a whole. It can be oranges, it can be mangoes, it can be money, it can be recipe, and so on. Okay, for you to get a fraction, it is expressed in the form A over B. Okay, the number A is called the numerator. Okay, and the number B is called the denominator. B is the denominator. Remember, we don't accept B to be equal to 0. We don't take B to be equal to 0. Then the number at the top, which is called the numerator, suggests the portion you are taking, while the number denominator suggests how many times the whole is divided. Let's take, for example, we have an orange. This is an orange, and we divided this orange into 4 equal parts. Okay, so and we decide to give you just one out of the 4 parts of the orange. What do you have? We took one, which suggests the numerator, one part. This is the one I gave you. And also, we are going to have how many parts do we divide the orange? We divided 1, 2, 3, 4. It is divided into 4 parts. It becomes 1 out of 4. So 1 out of 4 of the orange is given to you. So you can see that the one we are talking about is just part, which is 1 out 1/4, a quarter of the what? Oranges. Let's take, for example, I have a loaf of a bread and I decide to divide it into 3 equal parts, and I gave you what? I gave you what? 2 parts of the bread. How many portions of the bread do I give you? You can see that. Let me know if you can get the answer. Let's write the answer in the comments. Let's know whether you're following. Okay, all you have to say is that the loaf of bread is divided into 3 equal parts. Part 1, part 2, part 3. Okay, and I decide to give you 2 parts of the bread. That means the part I gave you serves as the numerator, which is 2, and the total parts which the bread is divided serves as the denominator, which is 3. So the portions of the bread you took is what? 2 over 3 of the bread is what you took. So now we are going to move. Okay. Since you understood what fraction really mean, all we have to move is to the types of fraction. Fractions basically occur in 3 types. We have the first one, which is called the proper fraction. Okay? Whenever we have a proper fraction, it suggests that the part you took, which is the numerator, is smaller to the denominator. So for instance, if you have 1 over 2, whenever the numerator is small, when you compare it to the denominator, we call it a proper fraction. So a half is a proper fraction. 5 over 7 is a proper fraction. Reason behind that is that 5 is small when you compare it to the denominator. Whenever we have a bigger denominator, we say that the fraction is a proper fraction. View it in a form like your mom being able to carry you at the back. It is what? Proper. So the small have to be at the top and the big person have to be what? Below. So let's look at the next one. We can have 11 over 13. This is also an example of a proper fraction. I want you down in the comments to give me any other type of example of a proper fraction you know. Good. The next one we look at is the improper fraction. Improper fraction. When we talk about an improper fraction, we are talking about the type of fraction where the numerator is now bigger, okay, than the what? Denominator. Okay? An example of this is 3 over 2. Observe one thing. 3 over 2 is 3 is bigger than 2. So we see that 3 is bigger than 2. So this means that this type of fraction is an improper fraction. Another one is 9 over 7. 9 is bigger than 7. So you call the 9 as what? We see this as a what? As a what? As an improper fraction because 7 is less than 9. Okay? Another one is 10 over 9. You can see that 10 is bigger than 9 and 9 is less than 10. So I want you down in the comments to give me another example of an improper fraction you know. The last one we have, the last type of fraction we have is called the mixed fraction. The mixed fraction. When can we say that a fraction is a mixed form? It's very simple. Whenever we combine a whole number and a proper fraction, we say that we have what? A mixed fraction. Let me give you how you're going to view that. Let's say, for instance, you went to a restaurant to eat, you ate one plate of rice, and something happened, you still want to eat. So you tell the waiter, please give me half plate. How many plates of rice do you eat? You eat one whole plate and a half. So this is a typical example of a mixed fraction, combining a whole number and a proper fraction. Another example can be 5 wholes 1 over 9, etc. Okay, these are the types of example of a mixed fraction. I want you down in the comments to give me another example of a mixed fraction you know.